Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Trey, otherwise known as Trey Tunes. It's been a minute since I've dropped an art-related video, so I figured why not drop a time-lapse of a drawing that I just recently finished. So this is a piece of a couple characters of mine from a story that I'm writing called The New Genesis Leviathan. Those of you probably already know if you are familiar with me. And you probably already know this as well, but I've said this before, that a lot of my characters and themes from my story are based on real life examples. And as you just saw, this picture is a picture of me and my friends. And I don't know, I just thought the picture that we took was really cool, so I kind of wanted to redraw it. And because I have the ability to do so, I did. Pretty simple. Now, like I said, this kind of started out as just me wanting to redraw this picture, but it ended up being a celebration post in a way, a celebration piece, because the 1-year anniversary of my first chapter of my story was July 7th. Now, I should have posted this video on July 7th, but I have not been logged in on YouTube, as you can probably see, for a couple reasons that I won't necessarily get into, but I'd like to get back into dropping consistently, especially art-related videos. Like, I just love sharing my art, even though I don't think it's the best, but people seem to love it, so I mean, why not give the people what they want, you know? Now, for those of you that don't know, I guess I could probably talk about what the story is about. First off, it's a manga-inspired comic. I don't necessarily call it a manga because, you know, people get really touchy with that word when an American or like somebody that's not from Japan is making it. So I just say manga-inspired comic, similar to how Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime-inspired cartoon, or The Boondocks is an anime-inspired cartoon. It's like, I don't know, I have a lot of inspiration, so it's not just anime or manga inspired, but it's like heavily influenced by it. So with that being said, I'll talk about what the story is like actually about. So The New Genesis Leviathan takes place in a world where spiritual gifts and blessings and like supernatural abilities are thought to be long forgotten. They're like thought to be a myth, or, you know, something that's died out. Basically, it takes place in a seemingly normal world. But something happens to where a new surge of blessings is brought about in the city of Sulspur City, made up place, of course. With a new genesis of humanity on the rise, many people are trying to find a way to navigate their new lives. They didn't try to rhyme there, but this takes us to our main character, Levi, or Leviathan. Levi is a mysterious young man with not much knowledge on where he comes from, or pretty much anything about himself. But what he does know is despair. I mean, he didn't have the greatest life, and he can't seem to find a reason on continuing on, to put it lightly, but he's searching for that reason. And in the first chapter, he finds that reason being God. He is a superhero in certain ways. He saves people in the shadows from despair, or tries to at least, but he doesn't really find fulfillment from it, despite him loving to save people. But before, he wasn't doing it for the right purposes, and in the first chapter, he does it for the right reasons, and he does it with God in his heart, essentially, and that ultimately corrects his path. He did grow up with the faith, but he didn't necessarily have the greatest teachers, I'll say. But with the right teachers and the right calling for his life, he is on the path to reigniting his faith. Now, like I said before, in the context of the story, many things are going to be going on aside from just Leviathan's story. But with that, there will be villains. There will be shadow work going on in the background. Like, I don't know, it's similar to our real world where, you know, there are good people. There are people like Levi who want to do good, who are on the right path. Levi and his friends, of course. But there are people preying on your downfall in the background, quite literally preying on your downfall, in this story at least. And our characters will have to battle that. They'll have to battle spiritual battles, physical battles too, because demons can manifest in the physical. through other people, of course. But yeah, there will be cool powers, fights, and things like that. But ultimately, at its core, this story is a love story, not just romance, but the love of God, love of platonic love, familial love. It's I don't know, I just love the concept of like love. I love love as a concept. I love love as a concept, but so I obviously had to put that into my story. When writing a story or doing anything, you want to make sure you have a passion for it. And I have a passion for the concept of love, like I said. And because of that, I don't know, I just put a lot of love into the story. Some would say it takes a while. I only have 4 chapters out currently. And they take me a while to not just write, but draw, of course, and like think of how I want the sequences to go and things like that. But that is ultimately just me putting my love and time into the story. I want to make sure that it is up to par with what I want, over what other people want, you know? I mean, of course, other people's opinions and requests and things like that are put into the story or put into, thought. But ultimately, I'm writing for me. Just to put it bluntly, I'm doing this for me so that I can do it for you guys or the people that, want to read it. Because if your writer does not enjoy what he is writing or what she is writing or what they are writing, then you won't enjoy it as the reader, we're human. We can tell when there's love behind something or when something is just being thrown onto us. That's why we critique bad movies, because we know that, there wasn't really much thought or love or time or care put into it. So yeah, that's why it takes me so long. Also, I'm literally doing this all by myself. I don't have any help. I have help when it comes to like cost and like shipping and things like that. But putting the book together, it's literally all me. And I mean, I love it that way personally, but because I work well with people, but this is like my baby, this is my baby. I don't want many hands on it. I want full control over it, essentially, because that's how I know that it'll turn out the way that I want it to, But yeah, this is one of many time lapses that I'll be doing. I just wanted to talk a bit about this. I could have talked more about, the year that it's been since the first chapter dropped, but I think I'll do something better for that when the anniversary of the first volume drops, which is September 18th, my baby brother's birthday. So I'll probably have something better or more in depth for that. But for now, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap. And love you all. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Amen.